Consul General of India, Sri Rajesh Nayak, Deputy Consul General of India, Padma Bhushan Sujitra Yella, office bearers and members of our 38 different member organizations of Association of Indo-Americans, distinguished invitees, media persons, ladies and gentlemen, good evening to everyone. Normally, I am not interested to speak or read this speech, but unfortunately, because of the position which I am holding and taking into consideration of the present environment, particularly with reference to media and other social media organizations, I thought it is always better to have a written test. The way which the speeches and conversations are twisted and to attract the breaking news or headlines sometimes create problem. That is the reason why, even though I don't work much, but I have no option except going by a test. I am very happy to be here with my brother and sister of Indian origin as well as Americans. I am in a mini India now. Even in a place like Delhi or Mumbai, I don't get to meet people from various states at one place and in such a big number. When I visited this city nearly, I think 30 years back, I could find out those days very few Indians. Today it is a totally different city. As I walk through in the streets, I get to hear a lot of people speaking in various Indian languages. The Indian diaspora in the United States has played an active role in building modern America. From modest beginnings, you have transformed not only your identities, but also the face of this nation. This journey was made possible only because of your sheer hard work, passion, and dedication. It is the progress partnership between the people of India and America that has led to massive bilateral goods trade worth of $113 billion in the year 2021. I am very happy to learn 50% of the business-to-business startups in the Silicon Valley are founded or funded or run by the Indians. This huge leap will certainly inspire and motivate Indians everywhere. As modest working class, dynamic entrepreneurs, brilliant scientists and intellectuals, compassionate doctors, talented artists, leading statesmen and administrators, the Indian community has contributed to all walks of life. At the same time, distance and time have not kept you away from your motherland. You have always actively contributed to the welfare of India. In your own way, you have helped to build two nations simultaneously. You have never lost sight of your ancestral land and its culture. As Mahatma Gandhi said once, the cotton thread love that binds all of you to your community is too strong to break. You celebrate festivals with great pride and joy. Active efforts are taken to support the growth of the mother tongue, and many of you are patrons to the arts of India. The largest Indian Independence Day parade outside India takes place in the United States. We are the true ambassadors of what India stands for. We have introduced to the world the culture culture and the teachings of India. I would like only to state that whatever you are, your Indian values of care, respect, paternity, and tolerance must shine through. India resides in all of you. I hope wherever you live or work, you will always think about your motherland, your family. As renowned author of Roots, Alex Haley, aptly said, I quote, in every conceivable manner, the family is linked to our past, bridge to our future, unquote. From the data available, it may be safe to suggest that it is the information technology that has significantly enhanced opportunities to majority of Indians who have settled here. In the 1980s, the then government of India tried to introduce information technology in a big way. More than the resistance from some ill-founded sections, it was lack of infrastructure and non-availability of skilled professionals that prevented those big ideas from taking shape. With the liberalization of economy in early 1990s, the Indians found new openings. Yet, when the world was entering the phase of IT boom, we trailed behind due to lack of infrastructure and qualified manpower. In due course, we have gained pace and are now at par with the best in the world. Your presence here in big numbers stands testimony to the fact that we are in a big league now. Highly skilled Indian professionals in diverse fields are found today across the globe. Qualified men and women from India have already made their mark around the world much before IT revolution. But it is the information technology that has emerged at new level. The unprecedented opportunities offered by IT sector to women have changed how the Indians perceive the role of women in our society. More and more women from India found their wings in this emerging sector. This helped them become empowered, independent, and self-reliant. An empowered woman changes the dynamics of family and the society in a positive way. As they say, I quote, if you empower a man, you empower an individual. But if you empower a woman, you empower my family and the nation, unquote. The times have changed, particularly in the last 2 decades. The situation in India has improved considerably. Big cities such as Chennai, Bangalore, Hyderabad, Mumbai, Delhi have invested heavily in infrastructure and are actively incentivizing the entrepreneurship. The government has realized the importance of infrastructure and are focusing on this area. Once upon a time, arriving in countries as the US for work or study used to be prerogative of few privileged families. An ordinary person from rural or backward area could not even dream of leaving the shores of India. Now, the situation has totally changed due to the vision of some leaders and chief ministers who have laid a solid foundation for India-centric growth almost 2 decades ago. As a result, many business schools, law schools, and professional colleges has come up which are producing the requisite professional manpower to serve the world. We continue to reap the benefits of such a vision even today. Such foundation meant a long-term growth should never be disturbed. All over the world, with the change in government, policies do change. But no sensible, mature, and patriotic government would alter the policies in such a manner which would slow down or halt the growth of its own territory. Unfortunately, we don't come across such sensibility and maturity in India too often whenever there is a change in government. It is time to think about new approaches. Globally, Indians are in the forefront of innovations. We are the mind, energy, and engine for the growth of global economy. It is time India and Indians draw proportionate benefits through your talents. For this to happen, we have to start thinking as a leader and not as one of the thousands of employees. It is through that persistent innovations that Suchitra Yalla, who is with us today, and her husband Krishna Yalla could make a mark globally. Thanks to such innovators, today Indian products and services are competing with global leaders. I am not suggesting that you should give up your comforts and guaranteed incomes here, but you should not be averse to taking risk. Risk and reward often go hand in hand. Start focusing on innovations. Start focusing on emerging as a leader. Start thinking like an employer and not an employee. I know it is easier said than done. There will be some hurdles in your path. In your endeavor to build a strong and modern India, you need to brace up to face a few challenges. It calls for some sacrifices. With your rich experience and talent, you are in a position to help India reap the demographic dividend. We cannot afford to miss the bus again. Coming back to my visit to this great country, I have a few thoughts to share with all of you. I had a privilege of visiting the Independence Hall in Philadelphia last week. I found some striking similarities between journeys undertaken by India and the United States to become independent constitutional democracies. In both the countries, Declaration of Independence was followed by intense debates in the assemblies on the constitution that were adopted. India had the advantage of drawing from the best and most suitable aspects of the constitutions already in force around the world. As pointed out in the preamble, the Indian Constitution guarantees justice, liberty, and equality to its people and promotes fraternity. Interestingly, the Indian Constitution guaranteed universal adult franchise since the very inception of our republic in 1950. The United States could achieve this fortifying feature of democracy only in 1960s. However, the Constitution should not be viewed as a static, unchanging document. I am reminded of what I read on the walls of Thomas Jefferson Memorial in Washington a few days back. I quote, "Laws and institutions must go hand in hand with the progress of the human mind. As that becomes more developed, more enlightened, as new discoveries are made. New truths discovered and manners and opinions change. With the change of circumstances, institutions must advance also to keep pace with the times," unquote. As we celebrate 75th year of independence this year, and as our republic turned 72, with some sense of great regret, I must add here that we still haven't learned to appreciate fully the roles of the responsibilities assigned by the Constitution to each of the institutions. The party in power believes that every governmental action is entitled to judicial endorsement. The parties in opposition expect the judiciary to advance their political positions and causes. This flawed thinking of all hues flourishes in the absence of proper understanding among people about the Constitution and the functioning of the democratic institutions. It is the vigorously promoted ignorance among general public which is coming to the aid of such forces whose only aim is to run down the only independence organ, that is the judiciary. Let me make it clear, we are answerable to the Constitution and Constitution alone. To enforce checks and balances envisaged in the Constitution, we need to promote constitutional culture in India. We need to spread awareness about the roles and responsibilities of individual institutions. Democracy is all about participation. To quote Abraham Lincoln, the people are the rightful masters of both congresses and courts, not to overthrow the Constitution, but to overthrow the men who pervert it. Under the Constitution of India, it is the people who are entrusted with the task of passing judgments on the rulers once every 5 years. I stated earlier on different occasions, the people of India have done their remarkable job well so far. We should have no reason to doubt the collective wisdom of our people. Significantly, the voters in rural area in India is more proactive in discharging this task when compared to the urban, educated and well-to-do counterparts. Both India and the United States are known for their diversity. This diversity needs to be honored and cherished everywhere in the world. It is only because of United States honors and respects diversity that you are all able to reach this country and make a mark through your hard work and extraordinary skills. Please remember, it is the tolerance and inclusive nature of American society that is able to attract the best talents from all over the world, which in turn in contributing to its growth. Honoring qualified talents from diverse backgrounds is also essential to sustain confidence of all the sections of the society in the system. This principle of inclusivity is universal. It needs to be honored everywhere in the world, including India. Inclusivity strengthens the unity in society, which is key to peace and progress. We need to focus on issues that unite us, not on those that divide us. In the 21st century, we cannot allow petty, narrow, and divisive issues to dictate human and social relationships. We have to rise above all the divisive issues to remain focused on human development. A non-inclusive approach is an innovation to disaster. Please remember, you all might have become millionaires and billionaires. For you to enjoy your wealth, you need to have peace around you. Your parents back home also should be able to live in a peaceful society which is free from hate and violence. If you cannot take care of well-being of your family and society back home, what is the use of your wealth and status here? You have to contribute your own way to improve your own society. What really matters is the honor and respect that you command in our homeland. This is the litmus test for your true success. A nation that welcomes everyone with open arms, a nation that assimilates all cultures, and a nation that honors every language is bound to progress, peaceful and vibrant. It is this character that promotes prosperity. I have an unsolicited advice for the Indian Americans, particularly the second generation onwards. It is time for you to move beyond being an employee or service provider. You have already integrated yourself with the American society. It is time now for you people to enter public life and policy making. You can do a lot more for your community and your country, United States, by winning faith of your people. I would like to extend my deep gratitude to all of you at the Association of Indo-Americans for hosting this event today. I am really touched by your gestures of gathering here to honor us. I am fully aware that it is not any personal honor. I am fully aware that it is not any personal honor for me. It is your deep sense of pride and respect for the institution in India that brought you here. I owe my special thanks to my friend, well-wisher and organizer, Sri Comet Jairam, who cannot think of gathering Indians in the state of California without Jairam's involvement. The energy and resources that he spends for the welfare of States and India is unimaginable. You would have achieved a lot in public life if you had chosen to actively pursue career in politics, either in India or in USA. Unfortunately, yes, he chose not to enter into the public service arena. I hope he changes his mind for larger public good. I once again thank the organizers for making this happen. My sincere thanks to one and all for this honor. And I also want to say that today I was reminded that the 1st July is Chartered Accounts Day. I was told there are about 25 chartered accountants from San Francisco chapter among the audience. I congratulate all of them on this occasion. I would like to extend my deep gratitude to all of you at the Association of Indo-Americans for hosting this event today. And I want to, being a Telugu man, a lot of gathering here in Telugu, and please excuse me to say a few words about the Telugu people in my mother tongue, which I love so much. తెలుగు తల్లి ముద్దు బిడ్డలందరికీ నమస్కారం. నాకు ఈరోజు కన్యాశుల్కంలో గురజాడ అప్పారావు గారు చెప్పినటువంటి ఒక విషయం గుర్తుకొస్తుంది. ఆయన అంటాడు, లోకం అంటే ఏమిటి, గంజి గుంట అనుకుంటున్నారా? ఏషియా, యూరప్, ఆఫ్రికా, అమెరికా, ఆస్ట్రేలియా అనేది 5 ఖండాలు. అందులో అమెరికాలో మనుషులు బుర్ర కిందకి కాళ్ళు పైకి పెట్టి నడుస్తారు. ఇక్కడ పగలగదా, ఇప్పుడు అక్కడ రాత్రి. అమెరికాలో స్థిరపడిన మీ సంగతి నాకు తెలియదు, కానీ గత వారం రోజులుగా నా పరిస్థితి ఇదే. బుర్ర కిందకి కాళ్ళు పైకి. 1980వ దశకం వరకు ఢిల్లీ నగరంలో దక్షిణాది వాళ్ళందరినీ మద్రాసీలనే పిలిచేవాళ్ళు. నందమూరి తారక రామారావు గారి పుణ్యం అంట తెలుగు వారికి, తెలుగు జాతికి గుర్తింపు వచ్చి ఆంధ్రులు, తెలుగు వాళ్ళు అనేటటువంటి వాళ్ళు ఉన్నారనేటటువంటి విషయాన్ని గుర్తుకు తెచ్చారు. అలాగే మీ కృషి, ప్రతిభ కారణంగా అమెరికాలో మిగతా ఆసియావాసులకు భిన్నంగా మీకంటూ భారతీయులుగా, తెలుగువారిగా ఒక గుర్తింపు వచ్చింది. వారందరికీ కూడా అభినందనలు. మన భాష, మాతృభాష తెలుగు భాష. మన భాషకు ఎల్లలేవు. తెలుగు వాళ్ళు ఏ దేశంలో ఉన్నా తెలుగు భాష వాళ్ళని ఏకం చేస్తుంది. భాషతో పెనవేసుకున్నటువంటి విశ్వకుటుంబం మనది. 7 సముద్రాలు దాటి, దేశ సరిహద్దులను దాటి, విశ్వప్రపంచం మీద అనురాగ రాగాలను పలికిస్తూ ఎక్కడున్నా తెలుగువాడి కీర్తి పతాక వేయటం మనందరికీ గర్వకారణం. తెలుగు భాష గురించి ఒక 2 మాటల్లో చెప్పాలంటే, పున్నమి వెన్నెల, తీయని తేనె, కోకిల కలకూజితం, మంచి గంధపు పొడి, మల్లెపూల పరిమళం, గులాబీ రేకుల మార్దవం, వేసవి సాయంకాలం వానజల్లు, చల్లని దక్షిణపు గాలి, కృష్ణశాస్త్రి కవిత్వం, ఇలా శిశులో హైగొల్పేటటువంటి అన్ని రంగరించింది తెలుగు భాష. అందుకనే భారతీయుల గురించి, ప్రత్యేకించి తెలుగువారి గురించి గుర్రం జాషువా గారు పద్యం చెప్పారు. కులమతాలు గీచుకున్న గీతలు జొచ్చి పంజరాను పట్టువడను నేను, నిఖిల లోకమెట్లు నిర్ణయించిన నాకు తిరుగులేదు విశ్వనరుడను నేను అని అన్నాడు. విశ్వమానవ సౌరతత్వానికి మీరు ప్రతీకలు కావాలా? కులమతాల అడ్డుగోడలను దాటుకొని మీరు ఇక్కడ చేరారు. దానివల్ల ప్రయోజనం లేదనేటువంటి విషయాన్ని మీరు గుర్తుంచుకోవాలా. మనకు కావాల్సింది విజ్ఞానం, సృజనాత్మకత, కాల్పనికత. సృజనాత్మక అనేటటువంటిది ఒక రోజులో వచ్చేటటువంటి విషయం కాదు. నిరంతర సాధన. అధ్యయనం అంతులేని అధ్యయనం, ఆలోచన అంతులేని ఆలోచన, అనుభవం అపారమైనటువంటి అనుభవం, ఇవన్నీ తోడైతేనే సృజనాత్మకత సాధ్యమవుతుంది అనేటటువంటి విషయం గుర్తు చేసుకోవాలా. ఇవాళ భారతదేశంలో మరి మనం కావాల్సినంతమంది, ప్రపంచ దేశాలకు కావాల్సినంతమంది వైద్యుల్ని, ఇంజనీర్లని, మన ఇతర వృత్తుల వారిని తయారు చేసి పంపుతున్నాం. కానీ భారతదేశంలో సరైనటువంటి నాయకత్వం వహించేటటువంటి యువతరాన్ని మనం తయారు చేసుకోలేని పరిస్థితుల్లో ఉంది. ఇవాళ భారతదేశానికి కావాల్సింది వైద్యులు, ఇంజనీర్లు, న్యాయవాదులు ఎంత అవసరమో సమాజానికి నిజాయితీ కలిగినటువంటి, విశాల దృక్పథం కలిగినటువంటి, ప్రజాక్షేమం కోసం పాటుపడగలిగినటువంటి, తాపత్రయం కలిగినటువంటి, త్యాగశీలత కలిగినటువంటి, నిస్వార్థ గుణం కలిగినటువంటి నాయకులు కావాల్సినటువంటి అవసరం ఉంది. అటువంటి నాయకులను తయారు చేయాల్సినటువంటి బాధ్యత మన మీద ఉంది. అందుకనే మీకు నేను ఇచ్చేటటువంటి సలహా ఏంటంటే, మీరు మీ సంస్కృతిని, మీ యొక్క భాషని, ఆహారపు అలవాట్లని మర్చిపోవద్దు. కొన్ని సలహాలు ఇస్తాను. అదే సందర్భంగా నా ఇందాకటి ఆంగ్ల ప్రసంగంలో మీకు మరి సమాజంలో అందరితో కలిసి ఉండాలా, ఐకమత్యమే బలం అనేటటువంటి విషయాన్ని కూడా చెప్పాను. అదేవిధంగా సొంత ఊరు, సొంత భాష, సొంత తల్లిని కూడా మర్చిపోవద్దని కూడా చెప్పాను. ఈ విషయాలు మీరు తప్పనిసరిగా గుర్తుపెట్టుకుంటారని చెప్పేసి నేను ఆశిస్తూ, ఈ సందర్భంగా 8 ముఖ్యమైనటువంటి పాయింట్స్ నేను చెప్పేస్తాను, ముగిస్తాను. నా సూచన ఏంటంటే, తెలుగు వాళ్ళు పరస్పరం తెలుగు భాషలోనే మాట్లాడుకోవాలా. మాతృభాషని ప్రథమ భాషగా బిడ్డలకు చదువు చెప్పించాలా. ఎదుగుతున్నటువంటి పిల్లలతోటి మీరు ఇంట్లో సంభాషణ, ఆట పాట అన్ని కూడా తెలుగు భాషలోనే చేయాలా. తెలుగులో ఉత్తరాలు రాసుకునేటటువంటి సంప్రదాయాన్ని కొనసాగించండి. తెలుగు మాట్లాడటానికి సిగ్గుపడాల్సినటువంటి పరిస్థితి వద్దు. మరి శతక సాహిత్యం, భాషా చరిత్ర ఈ యువతరానికి తెలియజెప్పాల్సినటువంటి బాధ్యత ఉంది. తర్వాత పిల్లలు ఇంట్లో గనక తెలుగు మాట్లాడటం తప్పు గనక చేస్తే వాళ్ళని సరిదిద్దాలదే తప్ప మరి వారిని హేళన చేయొద్దు. తద్వారా వాళ్ళు భాష మీద పట్టు సంపాదిస్తారు. తెలుగు భాష ఇంపార్టెంట్, ఎందుకంటే భాష కనుక లేకపోతే మన చరిత్ర ఉండదు, మన సంస్కృతి ఉండదు, మన జాతి అంతరించిపోయేటటువంటి పరిస్థితి ఉందనేటటువంటి విషయాన్ని మీరు గుర్తుంచుకోవాలా. అదేవిధంగా సమాజం పట్ల మన బాధ్యతతోటి, మరి కురజాడు గారు చెప్పినట్టు, దేశమంటే మట్టి కాదో ఈ దేశమంటే మనుషులోయి, సొంత లాభం కొంత అనుకుని పొరుగువాడికి తోడుపడబోయి, దేశమంటే మట్టి కాదో ఈ దేశమంటే మనుషులో అనేటటువంటి సూక్తిని గుర్తుపెట్టుకోవాలని చెప్పి కూడా కోరుతూ, చివరిసారిగా తెలుగు భాషని కరుణశ్రీ ఒక పద్యంలో చెప్పాడు. తెలుగు భాష వంటి తీయని ధనంబు లేదు, తెలుగు కవుల వంటి గనులు లేరు, తెలుగు తల్లి సాధుజన కల్పలేరా, లలిత సుగుణజాల తెలుగు బాల అని చెప్పి. అంతిమంగా, తెలుగువాడి తెలివితేటలకు జై జై, తెలుగువాడి తెలివితేటలకు జై జై, తెలుగువాడు దేనికైనా సై సై, తెలుగువాడు దేనికైనా సై సై, తెలుగువారిని ఎదురాడువాడు నైనై. ఈ రోజు ఈ సమావేశానికి వచ్చేసిన మీ అందరికీ కృతజ్ఞతలు తెలియజేసుకుంటున్నాను.